Now, even 8 years later, we're out celebrating on Friday night. A shout out to the Tintin Tashket and Al Fazral. Great meal there. But as I stepped towards the conveniences, I am confronted with an S and an H on the lavatory doors. And even now, having earlier in the day got into the wrong side of the car to drive it, this still happens after 8 years. I am phased by going to the lavs, as it were, not to put too fine a point on it. Would you share my confusion here, Sarah? You do a double take, right?
This is definitely a problem, I find. I'm also here, and it's not even just something like that. It's even just sort of little kind of little icons of people, but you still have to really look and think, is that the man or is that the woman? I just don't understand. And then some places they're trying to be a bit fancier. They do it in the UK, they'll put something else up, and you're just like, why can't we just make it easier? You know?
Well, yes. One way to make it easier is to change the H into something more understandable. But then the problem is, and this is why Leonardo's laughing here and giggling, is you've got senoras for ladies on the left. One clue I think around the world is often the ladies' toilet is nearer to the establishment than the gents. I don't know if you've ever noticed that custom. Like in British pubs back in the day, there would be a ladies inside and men would have to go outside. So that's a clue. The nearest one to you is probably the ladies, and there may be sort of architectural reasons for that not being the case. But I think that is a convention in building code. And then you scrubbed out the H for homage, which sounds like women as well, doesn't it? Women, as T-Duck pointed out to me. Now, Leonardo's giggling here because he's got the ladies on the left, and now he's got Senoras and Mulheres. She's got two women's lavatories, which, of course, is a little bit confusing here. I think this guy is John C. O'Reilly, famous for his role in Stepsons, opposite Will Ferrell, which was a hilarious movie. So then this other mean man comes along. That's what you're talking about, isn't it? Why not make it national and visual like that? Yeah.
They do other sort of little symbols. It's like that, but a little bit different. That again make it more confusing. So what they'll do is so you can't actually see the hands and things like that. So the icons, just the outline and things like that. But it's still very close to the men. It's very challenging.
And here's another clue for us. The ladies' toilet doesn't have a urinal, which I discovered in IKEA, I have to say. If I'd been more... The first time I made this mistake, I went into an empty lavatory marked with an S, I think, in IKEA. And I was with one of my kids, and we used a stall. And as we came out, there were some very shocked women in there seeing me exit the stall. I made a hasty getaway and threw out a few desculpas on the way. So that's a way of dealing with it. However, of course, we know the right answer is... here we go, another meme. It's so confusing. Learn the language, says the little cat there. And I think we've got a little decoder here. Thank you very much, Matty. Well, I don't see why this is confusing. Typical Matty. We're in Portugal, for goodness sake. H equals homage men, senoras for women. All right, Matty. Everything's easy when you know, isn't it?
As I said, I find it's the symbols more confusing than anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. And
they're making it difficult for people, and especially when it's somewhere like, and it's a little bit darker usually for some reason down that corridor. So
yes, that's right. On the other hand, in this day and age, if you go wrong, just say I identify as a woman. Well, there's a strategy for anyone who might need that, and we might be moving towards the universal lavatory at some point anyway, with the way things are going. Right.